Hi everyone, Michael here, just wearing my Manchester United t-shirt. I bought it yesterday. I was in Manchester. While I am in Manchester, might as well buy a Manchester United t-shirt. Got different plans. Obviously, most people just know me from boxing, but I'm gonna play, not today, but I'm gonna play football tomorrow. I'm gonna text a few friends, play some football with them, and I've got different goals. I want to play football in the Premiership. I want to get signed. I'm not sure. I'm not. I should have done it sooner. But listen, I want to do football. I enjoy boxing more than I enjoy football. But listen, football's a fun sport, and most of all, you're not getting punched in the head, which I do like boxing, but you're getting punched in the head. But listen, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun right now. This week was a really fun week. I went to the Matchroom press conference. I interviewed a few people. I ran out of time. I didn't get as much time with people as I hoped, but I got people's phone numbers. Well, I mean, they gave it to me. So it looks like I'm going to be going to certain people's gyms in January, and I'm going to spar some professional boxers. One of them's a world champion. I'm not going to say who it is. One of them's, I would say, top five in their division in the world. Got some big names. Got some big names. Got, like I said, got some, but it depends. The only reason I'm not going to name them, I just want to see if it actually happens. But anyway, I've got different goals in mind, and I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm enjoying boxing, and I thought I would do a brief video on sort of boxing business just to give people an idea of what it's about. Because as I said, I mean, look, forget humbleness. I'm not going to be humble anymore. I try and be polite, but listen, I'm a very intelligent man. Like, I'm much more intelligent than I would say probably anyone. Literally, I would go that far. In fact, I'd even say I'm more intelligent than Eddie Hearn. I'm not saying obviously he's accomplished more. I know people are going to say I'm being arrogant or delusional. I'm not. I can articulate, I understand certain concepts better than Hearn, and I can explain it to you. If you look at Conor Benn, just to give you a quick example, if you look at the job they're doing with Conor Benn, I think maybe the other day I was very harsh. So not very harsh, a little bit too harsh. Conor Benn's a good fighter. He's got potential, but I just think some of the fights you're putting him in, like Algieri. I mean, look, a fight's a fight, and obviously anything can happen on any given day. The problem with the welterweight division, if you keep putting him in with guys like Algieri, now they're saying fight Adrian Broner. Look, a fight's a fight. I'm not saying Adrian Broner can't cause problems, but most likely Conor Benn's going to win that fight. And then the problem is, if you fight people like Adrian Broner, if you start becoming ranked high, in Conor Benn's case, if you then take on the likes of, I mean, to me, I just don't think you can beat Jaron Ennis or Terence Crawford. And generally, what happens with Matchroom, I think I've noticed this with Eddie Hearn quite a few times. I haven't had a chance to really talk to him about it. We spoke on Thursday, but obviously there's a lot of people around, but we spoke. And yeah, Eddie Hearn's a nice guy. But then the problem is, like, you keep giving them mismatches for so long, then what happens when they take that step up? It's just too much of a jump. So, I just think Conor Benn gets taken apart by Jaron Ennis or Virgil Ortiz as well. Terence Crawford, his IQ, he's got great ring generalship. And, I just think it's a mistake that Matchroom make. Like, when I say I'm more intelligent than her, I'm like, you know what, screw her. I've said this to people before, like, we've had this disagreement. Forget humbleness, forget humbleness. Look at when Eddie Hearn, I'll explain when I say I'm more intelligent than him. Look at when Eddie Hearn put Dave Allen in with Luis Ortiz. I wouldn't do that. Look at when Eddie Hearn put Kell Brook in with Gennady Golovkin. I wouldn't do that. And the problem with Eddie Hearn, I'll tell him when I see him, I said this to him in the last interview we did, but I ran out of time. I said to him, you talk too much. And I was trying to explain what I meant, but then obviously he jumped in, and which he's allowed to talk, obviously. But what I mean, it's like, I think he gets on a lot of these people's nerves. Like now you're trying to call out Khan and Brook. Like leave them guys alone. And this is the problem with Eddie Hearn. And this is why I'd sound more intelligent than him. Sometimes you need to know when to just shut up and leave people alone. I'll tell you a true story, and I'm not making this up. I've known Amir Khan a long time. He and me, we almost sparred on one occasion. Would I say it was two occasions? Let's just say two occasions. There have been two occasions when me and Amir Khan have almost sparred. One occasion, basically, he was going to come to the gym, but then something happened, and this and that, and he couldn't make it that day. So, but we would have sparred. Like he knew I was going to be in the gym that day, and something happened. Nothing bad, but what I'm trying, I'm not lying. And obviously, when I say spar, this was 2012. So look, I'm not saying I'm good enough to give problems, but I can spar. Like I'm better than. If you're watching this and you haven't had fights, I'll definitely knock you out. So I'm not disputing that Amir Khan can beat. Obviously, I don't want people to think I can take these fighters yet, at least. But we almost sparred, and the point I'm trying to make, which I think is a good point, but I don't keep calling people's names. I don't keep calling them out. When apart from a couple of people who I don't like, Tyne and Coogan, but when I see these fighters, when I see them, I try and ask to spar politely, and if they can't, if they're not willing to do it or whatever, they're busy, I don't keep calling your name. I leave you alone. So that's why I'd say I'm more intelligent than Eddie Hearn, because when you keep calling people's name, like it gets on their nerves. Like Khan and Brook are fighting each other. They don't want to fight Conor Benn. And so this is what I'm saying about boxing business. I think a lot of people just sort of, they try and do too much, but I just think you just got to be gradual in what you do. You just got to be, you got to show people respect, which I feel that I do. Don't try to force it. Like, for me, would I spar Anthony Joshua? Sorry. Would I spar Joshua? Yeah, listen, I'd love to spar him if he had time and he was willing to give me the opportunity. Yeah, but I'm not going to start calling him out. So we all have different goals, but you got to understand when you're talking to other people in boxing or in general, but you got to look at it from their point of view. You got to try and look at what they're trying to do. So don't try to force people. To me, this is what Eddie Hearn does. He tries to force people to do what he wants. And that's why I think he gets backlash. But just generally, my thoughts on boxing business, I feel... Is this video too long? Should I start it again? It's alright, it's just a video. It's not a big deal. Take it a day at a time. Master your craft. Learn how to fight. At the same time, build your personality. Build the ability to sell tickets. Build your profile, and show respect to other people in boxing. Don't try to jump off Amir Khan or Kell Brook's name. And I still haven't mentioned it, but I'm about to. If I was Conor Benn, like the best fight for you is David Avanesian. I mean, it's a winnable fight. You can beat him, and it's a tough fight. That's who you need to fight. That's who people want to see you fight. Now, obviously, if you want to fight Broner, I mean, I understand. Obviously, Broner's probably going to generate more money. Yeah, I would imagine so. I could be wrong, but I would imagine Broner is going to generate more money. I do understand that. And I think that, obviously, Adrian Broner is definitely a lot more famous than Avanesian. So if Matchroom are going to go from that perspective, go for it. But if it was me, I mean, look, try and fight, but why not try and fight both of them then? But I just think if they don't fight Avanesian, it's not going to be a good look. But I think this is just a general good video. I think it's a decent video on boxing business. Some people might think it's a good video, some might not. If you think it's not a good video, just tell me. I don't mind. If you leave a good comment, if you leave an explanation, I'll reply to you. I don't mind. But all I'm saying about boxing, the main point I'm trying to make, but you got to do it gradually. People try to force it. They try to jump. Just, build momentum. Keep fighting better and better people. And someone like Conor Benn, I don't want to make the whole video about Conor Benn, but I just think his interviews, I don't really watch them, but he seems like such a bad-tempered person. Like, why is he so angry all the time? It's like you can't even ask this guy, you can't ask him anything or he's going to get angry. And obviously, for some people, they might find him intimidating. I mean, I wouldn't, but if I found him annoying, I just wouldn't talk to him again. Like, I just can't be bothered. Like, I interviewed Derek Chisora on Thursday. He told me to interview him. He saw me. He's like, yeah, you can come interview me. I tried interviewing him, but after 2 questions, like, you can see the guy's not in the mood. So I thought, let me just sort of hang back. And there was other people there, so I let them ask questions. But I just think some fighters need to work on their sort of presentation, like, just become easier to talk to. But some of these fighters, I met someone this week who I'm not going to mention. I won't name their name. It's not that serious. But yeah, I tried interviewing this person and they came across so rude and awkward. So to be honest, I'm never going to try to interview them again. So I'll just leave it at that. And I know I'm not the only person that's not keen on them. That's all I'm going to say. And it's not Derek Chisora. So I just think just build your profile, become interesting. Don't just do boxing all the time, but I think it's a decent video. Yeah, I've said enough. It's just over 11 minutes now. But listen, tell me what you lot think. Any fans watching this, you might have your own thoughts on boxing. Just because I do videos, it doesn't mean, your opinion's just as relevant. Give your opinion. Obviously, I've got an advantage where, because I talk to people in boxing, I can, I've got a potential advantage where I may pick things up. But then again, someone watching this, like, you don't have to be a boxer, you don't have to have a degree, but you might be able to make certain observations which other people like me might miss. So I'm happy to listen to what you have to say. And I think the last thing I'll say, I should have spoken about the YouTubers. They've shown if you can bring a fan base from something else, if you can bring an audience, that gets you opportunities. So that's stuff that I'm working on. The more famous you are, then the more opportunities you get. So in boxing. So I think that's all I'll say for now. I'll probably do more videos, but thanks for watching.